I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the pre-trade warm-up, the mindset warm-up. So I'm gonna invite you to come along with me. If you're not familiar, this comes before you check news, before you check the charts, everything. If you're not familiar with the mindset warm-up, you can go ahead and look at these videos on my channel. There's a playlist, a podcast, and that'll fill you in on what we're doing here. So first thing I'm going to start with the power pose. This is a 2-minute pose meant to get your mind and your body ready for trading. So, you're finding your power by standing in the pose, breathing in deeply, finding peace and smiling for joy, gratitude. You're thinking about the things that you're thankful for. That's what I'm doing anyway. And then also I like to stretch a little bit. So 5 habits in one 2-minute window. So I invite you to join me, and I will set a timer here. We can stack 5 habits in a quick 2 minutes. So you can do this standing next to your desk. Okay, so that was a quick 2 minutes. We're warmed up, ready to go. Power pose, check. Breathing, smiling, gratitude, and a little bit of a stretch. All right, next, trading plan review. You can do this for your own trading plan or follow along with mine. I'm looking at, is this a good environment to trade? Looking at a higher time frame idea, internal range liquidity, external range liquidity, price moving back and forth, weekly profile, market sessions, and if there's news or no news. Today we had NFP, so high impact news today, and am I in a good mindset to trade? This is my basic strategy here. So looking at the market making strong break in structure. So you can see on the left, this is a strong break lower, a return to OTE, 62% or OTE inside that zone. And then I enter and look for price to move from there. Then looking at the reverse if it's a long trade. And then I also trade the ICT 2022 model. So again, based on a higher time frame idea, looking for a sweep on the 15-minute time frame, a break. I drop down to M1 to look for a break with a fair value gap and a retest or rebalance. So this is what the sweep looks like. And again, key is looking for a strong break. I also trade the Judas swing. So I use that looking at the market sessions and also look for opportunities to trade that during the trading day as well. All right, step 3, strategy visualization. So It's important to visualize the strategy, but even more important to think about the wins and the losses. So visualizing what that'll look like and feel like for me in my body, in my, the feelings that I'm experiencing, the emotions that I'm experiencing, and also the thoughts are a really important key to that, because we can target our thoughts to change them to be more in line with what we want to think in ways that will help us. Okay, so I like to do this closing my eyes. I can see my chart better that way. So I invite you to do this with me. You can visualize your own chart or just listen along as I'm doing it for myself. Okay. All right. So first I'm looking at my chart, getting myself oriented. I'm going to start with a loss. So I can see price coming into the zone where I'm going to enter. And instead of going in my direction, price starts to move toward my stop loss. So I can feel my muscles tightening, my heart rate changing, maybe my breathing changes, maybe I feel hot, maybe I feel cold. Sometimes my hands get a little sweaty, or I might feel a pit in my stomach. So think about what that feels like for you. Okay. And then I'm working on sitting up, sending the message to my body that this is okay. I'm fine. I'm safe. I'm not in danger. My chin is up, shoulders back. And I'm thinking about turning the emotion down. So it's fine to have emotion, fine to experience emotion, but just turning it down, tuning it down so that it doesn't get out of control. And the thoughts in my head, we all know what the thoughts sound like when you're in a losing trade, but I'm going to replace those thoughts with, this was a valid trade, I risked appropriately, and every trader takes losses. Losses are part of the game, and if I want to be a trader, I have to be okay with losses. Okay. All right. So I'm relaxing, focusing on, again, body posture of confidence, shoulders back, chin up, sending the signal to my brain that I'm okay, I'm not in danger, and this is fine. All right, and now I'm going to visualize that same entry, and I'm going to imagine winning. So I enter, and this time I see price start to move toward my take profit. I can see the candles moving around, wiggling and jiggling, okay? And maybe I start to feel really excited. Maybe I feel thrilled. Maybe my body might be heating up, right? I might be getting a little heart rate flutter as I'm getting excited. And again, it's fine to have emotion. I'm just turning it down, okay? I can't expect to stay level with wins and losses if I let myself get too excited about wins and too low about losses. So I'm working on turning it down and managing the thoughts in my head. You're not a hero. You're not a superstar. This is just the trade playing out, okay? So it hits the take profit. And now, whether it hits the take profit or hits the stop loss, I'm resetting, okay? So not jumping into the next trade, I reset. So that means starting the process all over again as far as like going through the markups and everything, reminding myself this is a totally new trade. It has nothing to do with the trade that I just took, win or lose, okay? Dominant trading theme, I'm working on risking appropriately this week. Risking appropriately, really being careful to make sure that the setup is there, and then risking with confidence, okay? Here's an example of another dominant trading theme that I worked on a while back, reducing errors. So I was making very minor mistakes, and it was impeding my trading. So I was reducing mistakes by commentating, that's saying out loud what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing on the chart, slowing down and focusing. So either of those could be themes. Keeping a specific focus could be a dominant trading theme. All right, here's mine, eliminating errors. All right, the last step before the bonus round is step 5, parts negotiation. So you can think about these two little cartoon characters. I liked both of them, so I picked 2 characters for each part. Of course, you're going to have more than 2 parts, but think about like the cartoons where you have the angel and the devil on your shoulder. It's kind of like this, except the devil sort of makes us think of bad things. None of the parts of yourself are bad. Here I have this, academic, business-minded, responsible young trader, right, on the left, and she's, making rational decisions, thinking with her mind rather than her emotions, very controlled, organized, okay? And then on the right side, there's this really, really fun side, right? So she's fun, she's adventurous, she's a bit of a risk taker, easily distracted. So both those parts are okay to have, but I'm going to ask the one on the left to be in charge right now. So the business-minded, structured, organized, rational, that's who's going to be in charge. I'm going to keep the other side around, right? But her time to shine is going to be like, later today when you're hanging out with your kids, walking your dogs, whatever. That's when the fun side comes out. That's when she gets to lead the charge. But right now, it's this business, rational, intellectual side that's going to be pushing the buttons. I like to think of keeping the fun side in the room, right? I need her to take risk. And so I want to keep her around, but she's just going to, stay in her seat, hand down, be present, but not involved with making decisions. Okay. And then the bonus step, I like to think about, why are you here and why are you doing what you're doing? So specifically, you can think about this for yourself too. Why are you here and why are you doing what you're doing? If you're here to gamble and, just push buttons and entertain yourself, that's fine. That's totally, if that is what you want to do, that's fine. But it will impact your decisions, and you'll want to think about if what your goals are aligned with that. So for me, first and foremost, it's to trade. I'm a trader first and foremost. That's my responsibility. But I also am here on YouTube, right? In order to help myself, saying these things out loud, talking through these things out loud helps me, but also hopefully will help others as well. So those are my reasons. Again, if you're not familiar, here are some videos on my page that could help. Looking for Mindset Monday, we go over this more in depth. The one in the middle, I think the title is now changed to like Mindset Warm Up, and there's a playlist as well. So you should be able to find plenty of resources if you're interested in knowing more.